Hello and welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Katie and this is Something by Katie, and today I'm going to be doing some speed reviews, and that will include 8 different products from 4 different categories. And the products that I'm going to be reviewing today are all pretty similar. They have similar formulations in each of the categories anyway. So today I'm going to be comparing side by side the Auric Glow Lust. I have the shade Morganite. I'm going to compare that with the Hollywood Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow, and I have this one in Fair 2. And then I'm also going to compare the Melt Cream Blushlight formula. I have the shade here Honey Thief. I also have the e.l.f. Cream Blush Palette, and this shade is probably the closest to Honey Thief, and you'll see that coming up soon. Next category is brows, and if you've been watching my channel for a hot minute, you've seen the brow journey, and I'm going to be today comparing the Glossier Brow Flick with the NYX Lift and Snatch Tinted Brow Pen. Last but certainly not least, our 4th category is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream compared to the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. So if this little speed review side-by-side try-on comparison sounds like something you're interested in watching, stick around, because that's just what I'm gonna have for you. So in the meantime, if you enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and enjoy the rest of this video. First things first, I wanted to show you a swatch comparison of the Melt Cream Blushlight in Honey Thief compared to that e.l.f. Cream Blush Palette. The Melt swatch is the bottom one. You can see the tone of the Melt one is just chef's kiss magnifique. In the sunlight and out of the sunlight, I just love the tone of that blush, and pay attention to the difference in the textures. Now let's get into the Auric Glow Lust. I love putting that on the back of my hand and then straight onto my face with this Sigma F55 dual fiber brush. I put it all over. I find that this has a bit of coverage, so I like using it as a primer. Now the Charlotte Tilbury one, I applied directly with the doe foot because I'm putting it on before makeup. I like to use the same brush, so that's what I'm doing. Just using a different part of the brush, and I wiped it between uses. I'll give you my thoughts on the differences between these two at the very end, but what do you think the differences are? Just observing the sides of my face there. All right, on to the next. We are putting on the NYX Brow Glue on both sides of my eyebrows. I wanted that brow glue to dry a bit, and then we'll do the flick pins. But in the meantime, we are on to complexion. Right now I'm putting the IT Cosmetics CC Cream all over my face. And I am scrambling like an idiot. And I'm probably looking for that. There it is. The e.l.f. CC Cream is on my face. You can notice the tone difference is pretty significant, but oh well. I'm using 2 different brushes. I'm using the Laura Lee Los Angeles L11 Flat Top Kabuki to blend out the IT Cosmetics. And then on the other side, I'm using the Love is the Foundation Flat Top Kabuki brush for the e.l.f. The IT Cosmetics CC Cream is really my tried and true, probably what I would consider my quote-unquote favorite foundation. I love the glow that it gives my skin, but this e.l.f. one is pretty fabulous. It's more matte, I'll say. I break it down a bit more at the end of this video in the review section, but you can see the differences. They're pretty similar. I just like the glow of that IT Cosmetics one a touch more, but they both have fantastic coverage. I like them both. Okay, brow time. Side note, it's really important to pay attention to how your hand is positioned. These tools can be finicky, but I really like this NYX one. Spoiler alert. It's my fave. And now for the brow flick. I just find that I have to be super delicate with the brow flick, and that is irritating to me. Oh well. I'm glad I found the NYX one. Filling in the rest of my brows on both sides with the NYX Micro Define Brow Pencil in Ash Brown. I have not filmed a brow routine in several months, but honestly, you're watching my updated brow routine. I have been doing the NYX Brow Glue, the brow pen, typically the NYX one these days, and then fill in with this micro pencil. I'm liking how it's going, a lot better than how my brows used to look, but I'm still trying to perfect it. And you saw the swatches in the beginning, but now I'm going to do the cream blush on my face. First, I put on Honey Thief, and I really like using a sponge and the brush, honestly. They both work, but for today, I'm using the sponge, and I love this melt blush. It blends so beautifully, and like I keep talking about the tone of Honey Thief, but it just looks like I have a natural sun kiss. Now onto the e.l.f. I said this in the first time I ever compared these two products, but the e.l.f. cream blush is a bit more of a salmon tone, and it's definitely pretty, don't get me wrong. I just really love Honey Thief. I think that the e.l.f. one, now that I'm side by side comparing them, the e.l.f. cream blush is a bit more matte. Adding on some more of those luminizers as my highlight today. You can see the differences between the two. I think Auric's a little more glossy, and Charlotte Tilbury is a bit more metallic. Different types of highlight in that way. Both very soft and beautiful, though. I am touching up my bronzer. I used the Wet n Wild bronze and highlight duo here in, I think the shade is Dulce de Leche. I really do like the brightening powder, as a side note. And I think it's a pretty warm bronzer shade. Touching up those brows with a bit more of the brow glue. And voila.
that's it. Those are the products. They really compare quite well, if you ask me, because it does not look like I'm wearing two different faces of makeup in one.
Hello, I'm back to give my final thoughts, and it might already be clear which of each of these products I prefer. And if it's not clear, I'm just going to go ahead and share that with you right now. So the first product that I want to talk about today is the glowy luminizer category, and that is the Auric Glow Lust compared to the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I like both of these products, and I think they're incredibly comparable. They're very similar, and the Charlotte Tilbury one is certainly a bit more quote-unquote accessible because it's sold at Sephora in multiple sizes, and this is a newer indie brand, and all of the product is sold out on the website so far, so you can definitely get this easier. However, I don't think they're exactly the same, and here's why. A lot of people online have definitely been appropriately saying that the Auric Glow Lust is a thicker formula. I definitely agree with that. However, both of them share some similar properties in that they are both, they're not just liquid highlighters in my opinion. They have a little bit of base pigment, so they are, I personally can kind of use them as like complexion products, and they definitely don't have as much coverage as even a tinted moisturizer, but they give you a little bit of an even base, and I really like that, and I think both products do that. The Flawless Filter gives a more of a metallic sheen, and the Auric Glow Lust, in my opinion, gives more of a glassy type finish. It's more of a wet type of highlight look, whereas the Charlotte Tilbury one is a bit more metallic, in my opinion. I think that it technically has a more brighter beam highlight to it, but at the same time, this Auric one, it's such an intense glow. It's almost, they're just different. Like I said, the Auric one is glossy and glassy and really just, I don't know, I really like it. And then the Hollywood Flawless Filter one is just a bit more highlighty looking, and I also find the Auric one is my personal preference so far, but it's honestly coming down to personal preference because these products are so similar that the differences between them are kind of nitpicky. And I like this one better because personally the packaging I like that this comes with a pump as opposed to a doe foot. I do have the miniature version, but the larger one comes with the doe foot as well. I like that this is a pump because I can make the product more flexible that way. I can mix it in with moisturizer or tinted moisturizer or foundation or concealer or other glowy products. But yeah, I just like the packaging of the Auric one better, and I like the formula just a bit more. But like I said, they're very similar, and I like both of them, but I consistently reach for the Glow Lust every single day, even when I'm not wearing makeup. I like to wear it because it just gives me a little bit of liveliness. Both great products though. And if I really am glad this one comes with so much product. You get more than a full fluid ounce, 1.18 fluid ounces. That is a lot of product, and so I don't foresee myself running out of this, even though I do use it every day, which we love to see that. Thanks, Sam, I see you. Okay, on to the next product, and that is the Glossier Brow Flick compared to the NYX Brow Tint Pen. Hands down, prefer the NYX one. I find it much easier to use. I find the NYX one just doesn't require as much finessing. The Glossier Brow Flick, I find that I have to be more delicate with it, and if you like it, more power to you, but I like to do things just in a rush. So I find that the NYX one just suits my style of makeup better. Also, I like the color match better. I love the NYX shade Ash Brown. It's a perfect match for my skin. So now having this and my NYX micro fine pencil in the same shade is great. Also, I think the tip is finer. Let me compare them. You can see I just find I have much more control over the NYX is the black and the Glossier is the white packaging. The Glossier one is bigger and the NYX is a finer point, and I just really am able to get more precise with it. Also, I think we'll see if the price is, I'll put price comparisons of each of these products in the description box below. But if you go back and look at some of my brow routine videos or brows in videos from a few months back when I was trying to figure out the technique with the Brow Flick, it was not pretty. I've not had any of those terrible brow days with this one. It's just a lot easier to use in my opinion. And next, I want to compare the IT Cosmetics CC Cream with the e.l.f. one. First things first, I way prefer the shade of the IT Cosmetics one over any of the e.l.f. ones. I have gotten a few shades of these, a warm undertone one and a neutral undertone one. The warm one, this one, is way too yellow of an undertone for my skin, and this neutral one is way too pink of an undertone. I don't really, even if I mix them, it's a fine shade, don't get me wrong. It's totally fine. I just prefer the match of this one. It's truly neutral. I prefer this one. But that being said, this is a great product. Don't get me wrong. It also has, I think, just generally offers a wider shade range than the IT Cosmetics one. I'll have to double check that. But this is a great product for, I think, 14 bucks. It's full coverage, lightweight, lots of shade options, and yeah, it's a really good product. I don't necessarily think that they are like perfect dupes. I think this texture is slightly different, a little bit more of a cooling effect to it. Excuse you, Winnie, put that away. She had the milk cart. Well, guess what? You bad bitch. You bad bitch. I definitely recommend checking this out, especially if you are on a budget, and even if you are not. It's a really great product. I just, there are a few little, again, the nitpick, oh hi Winnie, is that I just like the shade a little bit better, and I like the finish a little bit more. This one's a little dewier. This one's a bit more matte, but like I said, they're both really good products. This one's significantly cheaper. I definitely recommend trying it out, especially during the warm summer months. And last but not least is the Cream Blush Palette from e.l.f. and the Melt Blushlight in the shade Honey Thief. I absolutely love this Melt Cream Blush formula. I will say it's definitely, I was pretty on point in my first review. It's definitely pretty similar to this e.l.f. formula, but they're different, and I'm going to explain that. First of all, I think the color of Honey Thief is much better than any of the 4 colors in here. These 4 colors are beautiful. Again, being pretty nitpicky, and the price point, I think this is $7. Definitely check this out. It's really good. This is significantly more expensive, but I like the formula a little bit better, and it has a better color option, in my opinion. So weigh your options personally and see what you think. But I like this tone. The way this tone works on my skin is that it kind of is like, it's peach, but this is salmon peach, and this is a bit of a peach with more depth, so to speak. The way it looks on my skin tone is a bit more like a sunburn or just like a sun-kissed look. And I find this is the most blendable cream product. It's so good. The blendable cream blush. And this is really blendable too, but this one blends out and it ends up being a bit more dewy, not sticky. And this ends up being a bit less dewy and less balmy and a bit more matte. Not like totally matte, it's not a powder blush, but this one is definitely more of like a glowy skin. Blushlight is a good name. But this is honestly though, whether or not you're on a budget, again, like with the e.l.f. CC Cream, this is just a great product, period. I like being able to have multiple shades. This is better for travel, in my opinion. As a side note, I really love cream products that come in in a pan like this, as opposed to stick products. I like this a lot. And with this palette, you can mix and match. It comes with a mirror, good packaging too. But all in all, they are comparable. Oh, shoot. Okay. All in all, they are comparable, but at the same time, they're different. And again, I'll put price comparisons down to the bottom, but let me know, have you tried any of these 8 products in the 4 different categories? And I'm curious, does your opinion match mine? Comment down below, what do you think? Do you prefer one of the products over the one that I preferred? Let me know. But also let me know, what do you think about this speed review format? I want to post another video pretty soon doing speed reviews of a bunch of products I've been testing out lately. Probably won't do this side-by-side comparison in all of those speed review videos, but in this one I thought it worked out really well because I have so many similar products to compare. But I really do like all of them. I just definitely prefer one in each of the categories. And yeah, if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more beauty content, and maybe click on my channel page and watch another video, because there are quite a new videos that I have posted in the last week, last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month. I've been busy. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.